Hello, I'm Endo, and welcome back to another exciting video. Today we're checking out 109s because sometimes I just like to pick a World War II build and see what people have done with the idea of building it in Stormworks. So we're going to check out these 109s. They come from all years from, I think the oldest is 2020 and till the newest of 2024, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. We'll check out the dates and check out the builders as we go. So let's get started. The first one we have here is a 1:1 scale Messerschmitt Bf 109 G10, and this is by Bus. Looks pretty cool. Always good to go up in the air and check the wings. Like, we get the fuselages right a lot of times, but sometimes the deciding factor if the plane looks like the right plane is the wings. These look pretty good. Not too bad at all. And so there you go. You see the fuselage looks pretty good. And then we've got the wings to finish off the look of the 109. So it looks like it's fairly simple. Got some on and off switches, circuit breaker, and so on. And I will be linking to these in the order that we look at them in. So if you like any of these and you want to try them out, the link will be in the description and you can try them out. All right, the second one we have is the Bf 109, and this is by Thales. Is this by Thales? It looks like the wrong color. No, it is by Thales. For some reason, he has a tan version in his screenshot, but it is a darker version. And this is one of the better 109s that you'll see just because of the way it will handle. And that's because Thales tries to make planes not overpowered. And so if we come inside, this is where Thales was using the picture-in-picture. So you basically shoot a video camera at a bunch of 1x1s and then you project them on a 1x1. So there is talk about doing higher res, allowing higher res in Stormworks in the last Q&A. So we'll see if that happens. Don't know, but it might be interesting. That way you don't have to do the camera in camera, you just have high res screens. But this is by Thales, and of course you can download it below. Let's look at the wing shape. Wing shape is close to a 109. Something off about it a little bit. I don't know what it is. It might be because he used the wedges on the back. It's making a deceptive look of what the wing looks like because it's shadowed. But there you go. Next we have the Bf 109 Gustav, and this is by Sergeant Teaspoon. And the other way to get a good looking plane in Stormworks is to build it a bit bigger. That way you have more blocks and you can make the shapes a bit better. So you'll see this one looks pretty darn good, especially the fuselage. Whoops, let me go back up again. Especially the fuselage, because there's more blocks to shape it. So that looks pretty cool. Let's check inside real quick, see if he did a lot of detailing inside. Looks like a standard configuration, no fancy screens, and that works really well. All right, the next one is by Higgy, and looks like the fuselage is really good. Let's look at the wings. The wings look pretty good too. Yeah, so this is a very slender build. Look at this. Got some modded bricks, and there is no room for anything else. It is a solid, skinny wall. Pretty cool. You can download this one, of course, using the links below and give it a try. I'm not flying any of these today. We're just checking them out. Oh, and I didn't mention, you know what? And before we go, let's mention when these were made. So this first one, 2020. The Thales model was in 2020 as well. Last updated in 2023, actually. So he's keeping up on his planes. That's good. This bigger model was in 2021. And then the model we just looked at was in 2022. Okay, let's make sure that I say the date so we know how old these things are. All right, here we go. This one here is by Iron Chad, and it was in 2022. So there you go. So this one probably... yeah, this one suffers from the wings. It's not the 109 wing shape. Can I bring a picture up? I'll try to bring a picture up and put it up what the wings look like. The best way to build planes in Stormworks, at least for me, is to get a silhouette of the plane you're building from the top and just look down at it. And then what you can do, sometimes I just even take a screenshot of my build from the top and then put it in Photoshop and compare the wing shapes and say, oh yeah, I'll overlay them and say, oh no, my wings aren't right. So this is not a 109 wing. That one's pretty close, and these are all pretty close as well. So the wings are a big deal because it makes a silhouette. So when you're building your builds, always look at your silhouettes. Coming up with another 109 build. This is the 109E4, and this is by Legion Dragon 03, and this is from 2023. It looks good. You can see the XML blocks flickering, and fuselage looks good. Overall, kind of a cool looking build. This is kind of interesting. Is that supposed to be like that? Maybe that's supposed to be like a dark painted black, but I think it's just the XML freaking out. Not sure. And then he's XML'd, it looks like the ammo box is in, or maybe he's just shoved them in. No, he just shoved them in. And there they are. The wings look pretty good. Again, I need to look at the picture of the 109 wings, but I think these are pretty good. Might be a little cut off, but there were some versions that were cut off like that. So who knows if this is the right model. But it looks good. And you can download this below as well as all the other planes we're looking at and give it a try. All right, coming in is the 109 G6, and this is by, who is this by? This is by Tovoltons, and this was in 2022, updated in 2023, and looks pretty good. It's got the nice fuselage. Wings are a little bit squared off, but look pretty good. Not too bad. Maybe the tail's a little small? Don't know. Could be. Maybe slightly. All right, moving on to the next one. We've got another 109, and this is by Red Bear, Mr. Red Bear, and this was created in 2022. Looks pretty good. It's got the fuselage, of course. Like I said, the fuselage, you can usually get those pretty good, and then what you always have to worry about are the wings. Doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty good. Moving on to the 109 HTOWN, and this is by V-Man HTOWN, and looks pretty good. And it looks like it is a bit bigger. Yes, it is a bit bigger than the other ones. And this was just recently uploaded in January and updated in May. So there you go. You can check it out. It's got some nice markings. All the guns are inside. It's good to go. Next up, we have another little 109, and this is more of a traditional build. And actually, this is so far our oldest plane. This was built in 2018, and it is by Ilpot. And Ilpot does mods, if you don't know. So if you're interested in some cool mods, you might want to check out the modding forum and check out Ilpot's mod for ships. But yeah, this is a little 109 and a traditional old school building in Stormworks. So looks pretty good. Next up, another build from 2022, and this is by Black Death, and looks pretty good. Fuselage, and we even got the canopy open and ready to go. And so yeah, not a bad looking build. There's the wings. Look a little bit off. Not too sure what it is. We'll have to look at the picture to check it out. Maybe if I move it over this way, you can check it out. But yeah, so there you go. And this one, in case I didn't say, it was built in 2022. All right, next up, we have a build from 2020. And this is Some Boy. And this is a little 109B. And it is tiny. And it also looks like, is it doing the hinges on the wings? I can't tell. Looks like the wings are pitched up a bit. Is that my imagination? I think they are pitched up a bit. Yeah, they are. Usually don't do that on my builds anymore. I used to, but it's not worth the pivots that cause issues. And of course, if you lose electricity, then the wings droop like crazy. So I avoid that, but a lot of people still do it, and it does help the build look cool. So there you go. All right, what do we got here? We got a Bf 109 E7 U2, and this is by Spring Jordy, and this was uploaded in May 2020. So there you go. We got the fuselage. You'll notice the smoke is going on some of these planes. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of smoke. That's because these planes started to move, so I had to like go into camera mode right away and stop them from moving. But there we go. Let's go to the top wing. Top wing might be a little bit off, but doesn't look too bad. All right, let's get to the next one. All right, a tiny little build, and it looks fast and kind of plain on the painting, but it looks pretty good as far as the body-wise and being tiny. This is the Bf-109 version 3, and this is by Slapworthy Jr. So, cute little plane. Almost looks like the Russian planes. What are those? I forgot what the numbers were on those Russian planes. It's like P-39, or is that American plane? I forget. I don't really like Russian planes, but that's what it reminds me of. It does remind me of a Russian plane, but it is a BF-109 version 3. All right, let's get the next one. And if I didn't mention, this was from 2023. All right, this is a BF-109 F1, and this is by Ghostly Verdashi, and it looks pretty good. Looks really good, actually. The wings might be a little bit off on the size, but I'm not sure. Again, I have to look at the pictures to see, but it looks good. And it is a bit bigger than the other ones, giving them more blocks to build. And this plane was uploaded in 2022. So there you go, download it using links below. Next we have a plane from 2020. This is by November 15. The wings are off on this one. I think they tried to slant the wings. Yes, they did. But if you look at the body, look at the shape, it's a bit off. Now you got a short tail and then a wider front end. It almost looks like they put a lot of blocks in the front to get the nose right, but then they didn't extend the tail. And then of course the wings are a little bit off. They're not this slanted, they're more squared off. So there you go, but you can download it using links below. All right, next plane coming in from 2023 is the I'm Bad at Gaming 55. And this is a pudgy little 109. Looks pretty good. Looks like the tail just need to be extended maybe, judging by the width of the front of the fuselage. But looks pretty good, and you can download it using the links below. Nice. All right, coming in from June 12th. This is a brand new one. This is BF-109 F4, and this is by Surebug Roger. And this is a tiny little build, and it looks like it gets the front fuselage right, but then the tail might be off a little bit. I don't know. And then the wings, we've got the slanted wings too much there. So again, just look at a picture of a silhouette of the plane and then take a photo or take a screenshot. So again, the best way to do this is take a screenshot of your plane like this, get a screenshot of a silhouette of a 109 or whatever plane you're building, and then overlap them, and then you'll see, oh, okay, my wing is coming out too far down here. I need to, you know, taper this off or something like that. Always helps with the wings. But yeah, there you go. Nice little build, and you can download it using links below. Coming in from 2023 is the BF-109E1, and this is by, I cannot read this name. I can't read this name. Is it Colteneth Hager Eat? Hager Eat? Yeah, let me try again. Colteneth Hager. I don't know. I'm going to put it up on the screen. What does that say to you? Okay, good. I'm glad you could read it. I couldn't. But anyways, this is the 109E1. And yeah, it was uploaded in 2023. Doesn't look too bad. And you can download it using links below and give it a try. All right. Finally, coming in at the end here, I just want to throw this little guy in here. This is part of a pack. And one of my favorite builders, I have a lot of favorite builders, is Kevin U984. And this is something that he did in 2020. This is a itty bitty 109, which looks great. He's got like the shape, even though it looks like a little, you know, like those bobblehead toys versions of a character. This is like a bobblehead version of a 109. And it comes in a pack with like a P-51 and a Japanese Zero, and I think a JU, maybe? I don't remember. But I'll link to below, and it all comes in the pack together, and you can check it out. Hard to fly, though. Really hard to fly last time I tried. But fun nevertheless. And the final plane is mine, which was built in 2020. Very blocky. Hopefully it looks pretty good. What I did is I took a screenshot of the plane and then tried to overlap it on the fuselage of a, you know, what you call it, screenshot. So, looks okay. Not great. People hate the blockiness of my plane, but that's okay. It is all natural, but it could use probably some newer blocks like the 1x2s. Do we have 1x3s? No, we don't still. Why don't we have 1x3s? I don't know. Anyways, this has been a look at 109s on the workshop. They are all linked in the order that we looked at them, so if you like a version of these 109s and you want to try it, go ahead and give it a try. Don't forget to leave comments on these 109s if you go check them out in the workshop, and let people know you tried them out. And keep it positive, because it helps, you know? some of these builds could be improved a little bit just by tweaking the wings. Most of the time, just the wings are the biggest deal. But overall, great looking planes, nice fuselages, and I don't know how they fly, but you can let me know using links below by giving them a try. So anyways, this is just a fun video. I wanted to look at 109s because I saw Frantic's video with the 109. I was like, oh, is that a new 109? Turns out it wasn't that new, but it looks pretty good. And I just wanted to see what was on that workshop. So there you go. Anyways, I'm Endo, this is Stormworks, and these are 109s. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Let's just do a dramatic fly-through. Is this dramatic? Or traumatic? I don't know. But we'll just do a fly-through.